What's going on, everybody? How you doing? In today's video, we're kind of doing two things. I'm going to give my overview a little bit on Geddy Lee's album, My Favorite Headache, and then we're going to watch My Favorite Headache, the documentary, okay, which is like 11 and a half minutes long. So the overview won't be that long. This isn't a Rush album. This is his solo record. So, you know, if you're new here, please subscribe. Check out my videos, all kinds of videos, reaction videos, bass videos, music videos. Check it out. If you like the channel, you want to support the channel, you can hit super thanks underneath this video. You can hit me direct in the description. I got PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Amazon wishlist, mailing address, and I do donation request videos. So if there's something you want me to listen to, watch, talk about, a question, anything, hit me direct, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and in the notes section, leave a description, leave a link, let me know what you want the video to be on, and I'll make the video. You can also hit me up at jpanreadsemail@gmail.com. That's in the description also. Thank you guys. Pretty much what I was saying during the album is basically where I'm at. After hearing it again, still nothing really like stuck out to me in terms of like these songs being really good, really strong, but I didn't dislike any of them. It's just none of them like popped out at me as like, wow, this is a really good song. The thing that I thought was just really great about it was the arrangements, all the ear candy stuff that was happening, whether it was like the strings coming in or those like electronic bleepy parts, you know, like those different things that would kind of cut in and out and fade around and do stuff. There was lots of stuff like that, like just ear candy kind of stuff that kept me interested and was really cool. I feel like if it wasn't for that, I may not like it. I may not like the album because I didn't feel like any of the songs were super strong enough. You know, I mean, there was good song, you know, there was good stuff happening, but I don't know, there was just nothing that was like, oh yeah, this is a great song. There was no, I didn't feel anything of that. So that's more or less the overview. I feel like Ben Mink was like a massive player on the album. I could be wrong. I'm definitely very interested to check out this documentary because maybe this will shed more light on the entire album, the process, all of it. Hopefully Ben Mink is in the documentary. That would be really great. So, okay, let's check out this documentary. Bam. Quality is so poor.
I think I backed into this project. I have never had a great desire to make a individual statement, and I certainly didn't want any more attention. I satisfy so much of my musical self in context of Rush, so I don't have any great frustrations from that point of view.
Yeah.
But once in a while you'd wonder, what's it like out there? You know, what's it like to work with other people?
Well, look, we'll set up your rig.
All that
my friend
that he just
Ben
said,
Mink,
I think, was on the Wikipedia page.
You know, we've been friends for a long time, and we had a very good, close and funny relationship. And about once a year, we would say to each other, well, I wonder what it'd be like to work together, you know, because he's an accomplished musician, I'm an accomplished musician, but we come at music from very different backgrounds.
He was over at my house, and I just took him into my little project studio and wanted to show him a bass I'd picked up, which was just one of those acoustic, you know, basses they make now. And he picked it up, and I picked up an acoustic guitar, and we were really surprised to hear, we just started noodling around for 5 minutes.
We actually had never done that before. And we looked at each other and went, you play like me. And it was like, no, you play like me. And it kind of freaked us out that our feel was so close.
It sounded like more than two people, and it sounded very, very natural.
And anyway, we wrote a song, of course. It wasn't terrible, and we had a great time doing it. So that's, as they say, that's when the trouble began. Home on the Strange features drumming talents of Jeremy Taggart, who is a great Canadian drummer. It was the last song we wrote on the record. It came at the very end, and we've been working really hard on all these other songs, slaving over details, and we wanted to do something where we didn't slave at all over any details. So it was pretty well recorded live, Jeremy and I, bass and drums, and then we, Ben threw some guitars on, and that was it. That's, I think, a real fun, spontaneous feel. When somebody thinks of me doing a solo record, they think of, fast bass licks. And I didn't really want to do that. It wasn't interesting to me melodically, although there are a couple of moments for that stuff. Along the way, I realized that I was writing a lot of these songs on bass, and I was playing a lot of bass chords. And then I got into this multi-tracking bass idea. So a lot of the tracks on the record do have, 3 or sometimes 4 tracks of bass doing very different things that are not immediately recognizable as bass. So I've got a rhythm guitar playing, and like in the title track, My Favorite Headache, for example, one of the most aggressive guitar sounds on the record is not a guitar, it's a bass playing these really outrageous chords.
It's just, it's just a thrill for me always when you get in the realm of great players, just to push record and sit back and just, watch Geddy Lee be Geddy Lee. It's like there's nobody like him. Like the way he attacks his bass it's just it's a whole other thing. There's a lot of multiple bass overdubs in layers of what we call them zoomers, or I guess that's a Geddy term, the zoomers, little bass moments and fills that come in and come out. So it's, there's no shortage of great bass moments on this record.
I've worked with loads of bass players, but he's got probably the most unorthodox style. He's really invented his own technique.
Yeah.
Ben still laughs when he sees me come up with this weird rhythmic bass chordal thing that almost is rooted in flamenco guitar. So he refers to my playing as flamenco bass. But
one man standing on the plains of Abraham, watching a damaged sunrise. One man standing near the edge of a quiet breakdown.
My favorite headache. There's so much in that little phrase.
It actually came out of a conversation I had with my father, who was making a comment about my mother.
He was telling Ben a story, and he said, "So right away, your mother gets the favorite headache." And we just laughed, and we thought, wow. And we just started thinking about that whole idea of, this thing that you have, or you love to do, or you need to do, that you love, but it pains you at the same time. That yin and yang that's all thrown into that phrase. Yeah, it spoke volumes to me.
I want to talk, but I haven't got too much.
They have a yoga ball on there?
I don't mean to be so nihilistic.
Yeah, this is just all this stuff.
Everybody has those moments when, you're down about your life or your job or whatever, and you just hide away from the world, and you just ponder and luxuriate in your being depressed.
How was the take? Was it great? I could try it with a Scottish accent. Is that better?
I don't think there are a lot of records being made like this anymore, where we just, everything but the kitchen sink was allowable. We both like attention to detail. We both like to play around filling the gaps. And even though we have an appreciation for simplistic production, we tended not to go down that road. We like to layer the thing with more melodies. Going to work with Ben, myself, and David Leonard was very casual. It's just the three of us sitting around the control room, figuring out how to make the music better.
So that's less
with Ben and Geddy is a great collaborative effort. I think there's a great balance with the three of us, because there's never a tie that you can't break with the three people.
Working at perfect got me down on my knees. Success to failure, just a matter of degree.
From time to time, we kept saying, you know, we should get somebody in to do this, somebody to do that. The way this project came together, there seemed to be so much of it that we could do ourselves. It started to feel gratuitous to go outside that.
But it had nothing to do with ego. It's not like we want to pound our chest and say, look, we can do it all. We love working with other musicians. It really is what gives music the meaning it really should have.
Aside from wanting to work with Matt Cameron, who you know, was a wonderful addition and I think a profound addition to the rhythm core of the record.
I just try to go into each recording project with an open mind and just try to make sure that the people who are writing the music and recording it are happy with my performance.
He was just getting ready for a Pearl Jam tour, so we had to be considerate of his time, and we only had like a 3-week window.
And a lot of my friends are same age and kind of grew up listening to Rush, and they thought it was very, very cool. And they're very excited to hear the record.
Geddy has one of the most unique voices on earth. You can hear one moment of it flipping a radio station, and you know that's Rush. These songs are, you know, because they're Geddy's lyrics, are coming from him, and that's his voice. Quite simply, that's his voice. And we've tried different ways to bring new qualities out, and I think we have. I think his voice sounds just great on this record.
It's funny, a couple of people have made comments about how different the words sound in context with my voice. And I think it's got to be attributed
Writing
to
the
the
lyrics.
fact that I am
He's writing the lyrics,
things
not Neil.
rhythmically because of what I want to sing, not because I have to shape a kind of a script to the music I've written. You know, I can take such license, I can change it, I can do whatever I want with it without having to accommodate another writer. Working with someone like Neil, who takes largely responsibility for the lyrics, you get lazy in that area, you don't explore that area. So for me, the hardest part was starting to write lyrics. And then it became the most fun for me of anything to do with this project was writing my own lyrics, shaping them to the melodies that I wanted to express, and listening back to the result of that, and I thought, wow, this was like doing my own personal jigsaw puzzle, and it was really a lot of fun. I mean, I learned a lot making this record, and the more I got into making the record, the more I realized how beneficial it is for me to do this. I learned a lot about myself as a writer, and I was able to express myself as a lyricist for the first time in a long time and develop that past the point of being embarrassed about it. And that opened up a whole other realm of creative expression for me that I really can't underestimate.
Yeah, all the string stuff was super nice, right? Yeah.
How about Macedonian? I do a good Macedonian.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, to me it's more like he, you know, that's the big thing. He's writing the lyrics as opposed to Neil writing the lyrics. So a lot of things are going to be different. Like just Neil, just talking to the guy, right? The words that he uses, it's like it's not the vocabulary is not the same planet, right? So I thought it was cool. It was a cool album. I liked it better than Victor. I did. I liked it better than Victor. There's way better stuff on it. I really wanted to like Victor more because I wanted to give one to Alex, but it's not, you know, it's not possible. Can't happen. Didn't work that way. So it sounds great. The playing on it's great. The songs are fine, but the arrangements are really, really what make the record and make you want to go back and listen to the record to catch more of it. And, you know, over time, that'll get you into the songs. Because that's just like, you could just tell that that's what this kind of album would do. It's like, there's just so much interesting stuff that's happening that the more you listen to it, the more you're going to catch the songs. So anyways, very cool. It's a nice little side project. I figured I would knock it out because I had already been asked to do the first song. So I'm like, I don't want too much time to go by, even though it isn't next time-wise, you know, in the timeline. So anyways, it's fine. It's what it is. So when this comes out, we're already in January, huh? Yes, we are. We're already in January. So you know that I'm taking January off of doing Rush albums. I know that I just did the Geddy Lee album, right? I know that. I had to do that though. So, and we're probably already started whatever my January project is. I imagine so. You know, enjoy that. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.